taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's day trading live stream for Wednesday, April 15th. You know what today is? Everybody's favorite day of the year. It's tax day, my friends. Pay your taxes. Death and taxes. It's two things that won't go away. They're going to happen in your life. Just make it happen. Quick audio check. You guys hear me okay? I'm at my home computer, so I checked my audio, but yep. Okay, good. Thanks. All right. S&P futures up 9 points. NASDAQ up 17. Russell flat. Dow up 82. Everything pretty flat. Gold and silver pretty flat. Notes and bonds and yields pretty flat. Oil and natty gas pretty flat. Tiny red. Soybeans, wheat, and corn all plus or minus within less than 1%. Euro and the pound are flat, and Bitcoin is tiny green flat. VIX is down 4.5%. 17.53. Haven't seen 17.53 in VIX in a while. But here we are, racing to all-time highs in the indices, or at least the S&P. Where's NASDAQ at? NASDAQ's pretty similar. Russell pretty similar as far as, I'd say, a percentage distance away. Dow's a little bit further away from all-time highs, but we are right there, kids. We are within reach in a one-day move for sure. So we'll see what happens. VIX contraction, no 1 DTE iron condor at the open. I am modeling an 8-9 DTE double calendar that I might get into fairly early. I'm going to watch price action here for a little bit first. VIXpiration today. Opening bell in less than a minute. S&P and NASDAQ above previous day high. Russell right at unchanged. Bitcoin right at unchanged. 28.74. Yikes. Lowest expected range we've seen in quite some time. Yeah, boy, haven't seen that in a while. Just a few short days ago, we had expected moves exceeding 50, 60 points. Cut in half. Biggest green stocks on my board. Webull is up 8%. All the quantum names are up. Hood's up another 4%. On the red side, ASML, they had earnings, I think, didn't they? Yeah, they had earnings before the bell. ASML is down 3%. SNDK is down 2. Nebius is down 1. Who's the other earnings I was looking at last night? Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley's up 3.5%. Apple's pushing. Nvidia is pushing hard. So Nvidia showing the most relative strength to start the day. Opened up at previous day high and just shot up. Tesla dipped into the red. PLTR just dipped into the red. AMD strong as well. I'm going to load up some AMD calls using the 2 DTE. I would trade the 260s. SPY and Qs pushing up towards pre-market highs. AMD pulling back to previous day high. If AMD starts to bounce somewhat aggressively, I'm going to get in early. Tesla trying to stay green. PLTR dipped into the red, big push back above pre-market high. I'm going to load up some PLTR calls as well. I would trade the 2 DTE 138s. AMD, no hold. No hold for you. Meta, kind of pulling back to previous day high. Meta, I would consider the 670 calls. PLTR is creeping back up. See if Meta can hold here. Amazon in the red, Apple strong, Google's acting weak. Meta, I would trade the 2DTE 670s. It starts to react off that previous day high, which it's starting to. S&P pushing again. I'm gonna start a position in Meta with the potential to add. Filled at 665, right at previous day high, which is also pre-market highs here. Things are starting to bounce indice-wise and some of these others. So let's see if Meta is going to continue. NVIDIA, tiny little pause pullback, starting to pop back up. PLTR still chopping. Did not push back above highs of day. SPY's pushing. IWM pushing. Q's pushing. Some of these big tech stocks are just sitting there. That was kind of part of why I jumped in a little bit of Meta, because it looked like they wanted to extend, but Meta not participating yet. Microsoft is. Tesla's still bouncing. All right, I'm going to add to Meta here. Filled at 715 on that add. PLTR just popped. I'll put my first profit target in Meta at 815. Nice pop at PLTR, right at pre-market highs. That was the other one I was kind of considering, but went with Meta instead. NVIDIA still dipping a little bit. Oh, Microsoft, nice one, Hondo. Yeah, you're probably good in the profits at this point if you got in at pre-market high. Yeah, nice little pullback right to it and then pop. Very nice. PLTR is pumping. Tezzy about to go through previous day high, pre-market high. Microsoft still pushing, Apple pulling back, Netflix trying to go green. Meta just kind of sitting here so far. Meta coming back to previous day high again. Watching Meta, I'm going to cut it if it doesn't bounce. Little pullback in the indices. IWM kind of rejecting previous day high. Meta trying to get bought up. Microsoft raging still. I like a good rager when I'm in. Big fan of a rager. Apple big pullback. Decent little pullback in the indices. Watching Meta for a cut. All right, I'm going to cut Meta. Filled that 571. Bitcoin coming down hard.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
PLTR kind of chopping around previous day high. Tesla still just below its previous day high.
Order filled.
Nvidia still kind of pulling back. PLTR's dip getting bought up a little bit. PLTR popping back up. Meta's trying to reclaim. I'm not against getting back in Meta here. Nvidia a little bounce. Tesla popped through. That was a big rejection in the indices. I'm just going to watch for now. MSTR staying green. There goes Tesla. Tesla just pushed above its overnight highs. NASDAQ all the way back up almost to highs. Big volume in Bitcoin on that move down. Tesla coming hard. Meta pushed back above previous day high, but kind of coming back down. Tesla definitely showing the relative strength here. Netflix looking strong as well.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Amazon trying to go green. PLTR back up to highs. Meta popping. Microsoft pop back up to highs. Well, the reclaim on Meta would be working. Google acting pretty weak here. Bitcoin going through lows. Yeah, looks like the data just started on Flux, E. Ellison. We're actually working on a new data provider. This current one's just not quite what we want. PLTR new highs, Meta still bouncing, Microsoft new highs, Tesla still pushing. Nasdaq going through highs. Yeah, that's so weird, Joe. That yeah, Tasty's implied volatility is I don't know what the deal is, but it's like super static. It's like I don't know. Don't like it. Anyway, that's the we're using Tasty's API and it's just it doesn't it's like toss Schwab's implied volatility is constantly updating, whereas Tasty's will stay static for periods of a time and then update. It's very weird, which is not a really a good solution for what we're trying to get here. So we're working on that. PLTR dipping a little bit. Hood making a nice push after coming down early. I'm going to go ahead and enter an 8.9 DTE here. There goes Meta. Metamucil gave me the old dip and rip. Man, the price of that 890 TE is running away from me. I'm not going to chase it anymore. NASDAQ through highs. Russell back in the green. S&P about mid-range. Meta new high. Bitcoin starting to bounce. Tesla still moving. Apple having problems going green. Google finally bouncing. PLTR back to consolidating around previous day high after that push. AMD creeping back above previous day high. Nvidia back to highs. Look at Meta go. Oh, Metamucil, you got me today, Meta. You win today. I'll be back, though. I will be back. Google reclaiming previous day high, going green. Apple going green now. IWM. Reversed back into the red. Tesla's a little dip getting bought back up. Hughes still holding highs. Tesla new high. Here's the DC that I'm working right now. The 8-9. Looks like it should be filling, but it's just not. So I'm letting that order sit. All right, try 5 cents. All right, 860 it is. Nice job, Hondo. Nice trade. Watson, I wasn't having that issue. My order was just not getting filled, but yeah, I was looking at the ratio on the 8-9 versus the 9-12, but more like on the 5-day and 20-day for a little perspective of kind of where it is compared to where it's been. I also already have a 9-12 position, so and then the 8-9 I think will hold up a little bit better if we do continue to push higher versus the 9-12. Those Friday Monday options are a little bit more act a little bit more like positive Vega, like you would think it should. So all those things. Tezzy ripping.
Order cancelled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Little pullback in Meta. Little pullback in Goog. I'm looking at Goog. If it starts to aggressively reclaim, I would consider the 2 DTE calls in Google. I would trade the 332.5s. Yeah, the Friday Monday combo data list will always look better from that perspective for sure. Just because it's always got backwardation. Goog still dipping. Microsoft back on the move. Tesla, jeez. Meta's dip getting bought up. Want to see if Google has any more for pushback up to previous high of day. Nvidia new highs. No, I never said that, Krish. Friday, Monday combo, you're almost always going to have backwardation. Other combos, you're usually not going to have backwardation. Nope. You're always going to almost always have that in Friday, Monday combos. Otherwise, no. If a Friday, Monday combo doesn't have backwardation, that's when I would definitely give pause to even entering one at that point, which you'll see every once in a while. PLTR trying to get back above previous day high. It is your fault, Watson. Shame on you. Quit pinging so much. What does that even mean? Your ping was 3 times what it was supposed to be? Meta creeping back up towards highs. SPY still trying to bounce. Russell's still in the red a little bit. Man, Tezzy on a mission today. It's at 3 1/3% now. Apple making its way back up to highs. Nvidia new highs. NASDAQ new highs. Still watching Google for a reclaim of previous day high here.
Order
Whoa,
partially
Bitcoin big
filled.
bounce.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
All right, indices look like they're off to the races here. Google not moving, so I don't like that. All right, Goog's starting to pop back up. I'm going to go ahead and take Goog. Filled at 215. That's on the 332.5s calls. Popping back up to previous day high. Let's see if it can push up. I want to see a move up to highs of day. See if you can jump on this momentum to the upside. First PT at 240. Which is below highs of day. What a bounce in Bitcoin. Back in the green. S&P ticked a new high. Russell's not acting so strong here. Chopping around unchanged. Nvidia ripping, Tesla still ripping, Meta chopping under highs, Microsoft made another leg up. Netflix rejected, back in the red. Meta new highs. Need a goog pop. That's what I'm looking for. Goog pop. All right, goog pushing. Need a little bit more. Got up to oh, there we go, 240 hit. Now I want highs of day, goog. All your buddies have been hitting new highs all morning long. It's time to play catch up. Let's do a little rotation out of Tesla, out of Nvidia, out of Microsoft, out of Meta, out of Apple. Rotate that into goog. That's what we're looking for. Bitcoin popping back up. S&P at highs, NASDAQ at highs. Russell trying to go green. Try to take some more off at 270, which is just above highs of day. I'm going to go 265. Take some off. And getting close. 264. Hit it. Touch 265. No fill. Ugh. Come on. SPX, 14 points away from all-time highs, kids. 14! All right, there's 265 filled in Google. SPX all-time high is 7002.28. I don't know what CFD you're looking at, Watson. I'm looking at SPX. No, I'm not counting overnight. Meta new highs, Nvidia new highs. Goog new highs. All right, I got eight Googs left. I'll take another 4 off at 290. The 8.9 DTE looks like it's shown a little bit of profit already. Even with this push up. Okay, Goog. I like it. I like it. I like what I'm seeing out of you. Getting close to 290. Dow is still red. The ES hit a high of 70.43. It's at 70.30. I'm in the 2-day. Zero DTEs would be really printing, but no, I'm on 2-day. Just missed my 290 profit target, got up to 288. Yeah, I'm pretty choosy if I do zero DTE. You just gotta take your profits when you can. Google new high. Boom, 290. 4 contracts left. Google is about 18 points away from its all-time high of 350. My wheel portfolio is officially out of drawdown. Silver's been climbing. Almost time to start selling calls again in SLV. I know I've been saying this for about 3 weeks, but what a move. What a what a squeeze. Yeah, Allison, you get a piece of goog with me? Yeah, I mean, I literally do not remember this kind of a squeeze ever. Apple new high, Tesla new highs. AMD reclaimed, pushing. S&P, NASDAQ pushing. Even with volatility falling, a lot of these ratios are still coming down. 9-12, 8-9. Google pullback. Bitcoin ticked a new high. A little bit later this morning, I have to run to take my son to get his driver's license today. If he passes, that is. We'll see. It's a little up in the air. Parallel parking, I'm still not quite sure if he has it. All right, Goo, you done? You got more? Got any more in the tank? Yeah, so if you're driving around in the Kansas City area, just beware. If you see a Dodge Ram coming your way, you may want to get out of the way. Meta still pushing highs. AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, all still pushing highs. Goog trying to bounce. Yeah, Tony, I would say that's absolutely correct based on the move we've seen. All right, I may just cut the rest of my Goog here. Yep, I'm out. Last one's cut at 250. So loser in Meta, winner in Google. Just another small green day. It's the story of this week for my day trades. Just scratching out a little profit every day. Just barely able to feed the family. Just waiting for my big move to hit. But if that's what you can do, if you can scratch out a profit and keep your losses small and then hit those nice ones every once in a while, that's kind of the name of the game. All right, all, that's a wrap on the live stream. Amazon going through lows. Amazon's weak. That's a wrap on the live stream. Check the live stream schedule. I've got some, I'm traveling here starting tomorrow, so let me pull that up just to confirm here. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, so we'll do Power Hour today, but then tomorrow we'll do Power Hour as well, but no morning live stream tomorrow. And then Friday and Monday, or Friday, no live streams at all. Monday, I can live stream in the morning, but no Power Hour. So keep an eye on that calendar. That's always up to date. Otherwise, everybody have a good rest of your day. We will see you in Power Hour today. Cheers.